You are now inside the Geek. You are welcome here. This is an audio series that is designed to help me, to help you, to help me understand ourselves just a little better. I'm Mark, aka the Little Black Dude. Today's video is all about perception. Perception is one of those things that we take for granted and we think is just something that we all understand. I have struggled with perception all my life. How I see other people, how other people see me, and whether or not the way that I see myself is the way that other people see me as well. The problem with perception is that more often than not, our perception of ourselves as well as our perception of other people is incorrect. Either incorrect or misinformed. But the problem is perception is reality. What we perceive to be the real appearance of things isn't what it actually is. What we believe to be the thing that is true isn't always what we think, because it's always difficult to define something by just what you see. For example, I have a friend who talks to me in a manner that I absolutely love. And it would be great if her way of conversing with me was out of genuine concern or if there were some different emotions behind it. The problem is, I know for a fact that were she feeling the way that her words make me feel, she and I would have been dating a long time ago. And unfortunately, that is not the case. It is difficult to parse that out when, like me, you have difficulty seeing what is in the same way as everyone else. You see, my perception of myself is that I am a terrible person. Not like a terrible person like I'm Snidely Whiplash twisting my thin, curly mustache waiting to do terrible things to people. But I'm just bad at being a person. Because a lot of times I'm not a great judge of character. I oftentimes misjudge people, very quickly. A lot of times I offend people and don't mean to. And because I have a pretty short fuse, when someone says something that I don't either understand or agree with, I oftentimes jump right on it. And that's not the way that people should be if you're trying to be more likable or be more understood. Your perception of yourself is important because it helps you to understand other people, but it also gives you an idea of what other people might think about you. And whether or not that idea is right really makes a difference. My view of myself has always been, I'm not a nice person, but I try to do the right thing as often as I can. There are a lot of people who would disagree with me saying this. They would say, no, you're absolutely a nice person. There's nothing about you that makes you a bad person. I have to disagree with that. However, I disagree with that because I'm with myself all the time. I see my own flaws as often as possible, unfortunately. And the phrase that you are your own worst critic is absolutely true. Someone can say the most positive, beautiful things about you to your face and give you examples of reasons why these things are true. And if you are looking at yourself anywhere near the way I look at myself, it's very easy to dispute those things. But it is, in my opinion, a good thing when a person can point out their own flaws. It's the people who have no idea that they are flawed. These are the ones that are dangerous. The reason being, a person who feels that they are completely, without any problems and that everyone else has the problem. These are dangerous people because they believe that everything that they do is the right thing and everyone else is trying to cause them wrong or cause them harm. A friend of mine's sister, for example, believes that literally everyone is trying to hurt her somehow, whether it be they're trying to physically attack her and or rape her, whether it is verbally abuse her, whether it is emotionally, stunt her, whether it is, trying to, show her, all the bad things about herself just to make her feel bad. No matter what a person's intentions are, she immediately believes that it is for, her detriment, that someone is, doing anything to her. And that's a dangerous way to live. And it's a very easy way to lose a lot of people. My biggest problem, which is hard for me to admit, but I'm going to do so for your benefit. My biggest problem is I'm afraid of what people think of me if I ever get to showing them everything about me. I have been with a lot of people at various levels of intimacy, whether it just be casual acquaintance, whether it be, close friends, whether it be, intimate, friendship, friends with benefits, whether it be boyfriend, girlfriend, things like that. And I can only think of about 2 or 3 people who have seen every state of my personality. And the reason I can say that is because only a couple of people have stuck around long enough to see them, first. And second, I have very few people that I think of as being worthy of seeing them, because I know that anyone who is less than that loyal is going to disappear if they see the bad parts of me. The problem is that perception is the wrong perception. And it unfortunately is the fact that I haven't shown enough people the real me. The me that I'm not always happy with. The me that I can be ashamed of more often than not. The fact that I have not done that is the reason why so many people leave. It's the reason why no one stays, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to intimate relationships. I have friends, I have people that I hang out with. I have people I like doing stuff with. I have people who I've known for, almost 20 years that I'm still close friends with. But when it comes to having somebody who wants to stick with me and make a life with me, I've never really gotten to that place where I've shown anyone everything about myself, because I'm afraid that when I do, that it's going to be a problem. Is there something about yourself that you feel is a negative that other people might think is a positive? Is there something about you that you really enjoy, that you really like about yourself, that other people have said you might want to tone down on? Is there, or have there been, any people in your life who have felt that you as a person are better than what you give yourself credit for? Leave a comment in the downlow so that we can get a discussion going, and that way we can understand each other a little bit better. You are now exiting the Geek, but you are always welcome to return.